Welcome back to the Coffee with Cannell show, the first Coffee with Cannell of 2021. Today's topic is YouTube analytics. We're going to start in just a second. In this show, for the first 10 or 15 minutes, we break down some YouTube strategies that you can use to grow your influence, grow your income, and make a greater impact this year. And then I take your questions and even bring on you as a guest to the show so we can review your channel, answer your questions. But if we're just meeting, my name is Sean Cannell. Cheers. Let me know what you're drinking. Smash the like button and let's get right into this. I'm sipping some Ethiopian coffee from Atomic Coffee. And today we're going to be talking about YouTube analytics. If you want to have a successful YouTube channel, you have to fall in love with data. I really believe that. What gets measured gets improved. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing 10 analytics that I look at once a video has been published so I can understand how it performed and how I can make data-driven decisions so that my next video is hopefully my best video and I can get more views, more subscribers, and even earn more money. We're going to talk about that of my future content because I'm paying attention to the data. So let's get straight into it. What you do is you go into your YouTube studio in the back end. And one of the ways you can get to a specific video is just do a search. I'm going to look up a video called Amazing Home Office Design Ideas. When you search it, you can click the little analytics graphic right here, and it takes you straight to the video analytics. Now, this video, we're going to be talking about 10 analytics that we look at on a specific video. And number one is, how does this video compare to my typical video performance? You can see this in a couple ways. Right here on screen, you can see this little gray line, and the gray line is how the video typically performs. And if I hover on that, that's how the video typically performs. The blue line is showing that this video is outperforming the typical performance. Additionally, it gives you a green arrow right here and a green arrow here on views and watch time to say that this video is getting 62,000 views, then more since published so far. And on watch time, and you can click that to get another graph. You can click through these tabs right here. It also is up. So this video is crushing. So that's the first question I ask, like, how is this video doing compared to a typical video? Now, a quick tip here is this video was doing well kind of from the start, but I've noticed a trend that videos are breaking out. Sometimes it takes a month, 30 days, sometimes 45 days. 60 days. And so what's been interesting is you have to have patience and do the right things, good titles, good thumbnails, good content. And sometimes it takes a while for a video to break out. The second question is this video gaining or losing subscribers? In this case, this one video has grown the Think Media channel by 759 subscribers so far. A lot of times, sometimes going live, sometimes pointing at a video that doesn't really resonate with your audience might actually have a minus subscribers there. You want to pay attention to that. And sometimes you still may be okay with it because over time, it might lose subscribers at first, eventually gain them later, but you should be paying attention. How's this content resonating with my current subscribers? Number three is key moments for audience retention. What are the key moments for audience retention? Let me refresh this. I'll go full screen so you can see it. Now, this is a very powerful graph that actually shows where the content is maybe losing attention. If it's holding attention, it shows you spikes. Notice this, it says 2 spikes. So these 2 spikes right here are probably people scrolling through, because what this video ultimately is a compilation of 3 different office tours. It's my office tour. And by the way, if you're looking for some home office upgrades and you're looking for kind of how we do our home offices, you've got my office, you've got Heather Torres on the Think Media team's office, and then you have Omar's office. So maybe someone starts watching, they kind of get bored, they skip to the next one. And there's also chapters so people can find their way and skip through. But one of the big things here is, again, key moments for audience retention. And I'm asking myself, hey, on my next video, how can I potentially do better? And what can I learn? Average percentage viewed matters. If you can get over 50% of the people finishing a video, that can be a great thing. Or if you can crack 7, 8, 9 minutes, that also can be very powerful. You know, this is a 30-minute video, so it's a much longer video. and it is being massively recommended by the YouTube algorithm right now. So it is definitely performing well. Number 4 is, how is the video performing in real-time views? On the right side of the screen here, we're now looking at real-time views. Every 2 days, this video is getting around 4,365 videos. And in the last 60 minutes, this video has gotten 98 views. We're on the right side of the screen over here. I'll go full screen and zoom in so you can see it maybe a little better. So on the right side, real-time views. Browse features is the top traffic source. That means that this video is being shown on the homepage. A little bit of YouTube search, a little bit of external, a little bit of suggested, but browse is really the main traffic source. So when this video shows up on people's home pages, the thumbnail is very clickable. The topic is maybe interesting. And so long as it gets clicked on, and then people spend 7 minutes of their time on average watching this video, the video continues to be recommended. And so super powerful. Now we're going to get into the next few tips in a second, but today's Coffee with Cannell episode is brought to you by our brand new limited time Think Masterclass. This is a updated class that's only available for a limited time. And I'm actually going to be going into how I use one simple YouTube strategy to turn $130 into over $19,323 with a single YouTube video. Link in the description down below if you want to register. I haven't really shared this anywhere in this depth. And if you like these 10 tips on analytics, I'm going to be specifically going super deep on how to earn money from YouTube, not with YouTube AdSense. I'm going to show you how I spent $130, what I did after that when it comes to YouTube and creating a video, and exactly how that investment generated $19,323. It's going to be super fun. And so if you want to register for that, link in the description down below. And let's keep going with our YouTube analytics tips. Number 5 is, what are the traffic sources? So now up top here, we're on the overview page of a single video. And in a future video, we'll talk about channel analytics, reviewing your analytics for the last 30 days, 90 days. We're just reviewing 10 analytics of one upload about 40 days after the video came out. So now I want to know, this is the overview page. I'm going to click on reach here. This is going to give me some new data. The next question I'm asking, number 5, is, what are the traffic sources? So as I scroll down, there's this really important graph right here. What are the traffic sources? And we discovered that browse features, 73% of the views are coming from browse features. If I hover over this little eye, it tells me what the traffic source is. And so this traffic source is homepage home screen views, also subscription feed, and other browsing features. So great. So this video is really generating from traffic sources. Furthermore, on this right side here, it's actually really powerful to see impressions and how they led to watch time. 76% of these impressions have come from YouTube recommending my content. Now, how do you influence that? It says you can increase the chance of YouTube suggesting your content by increasing your click-through rate and your video watch time. So click-through rate is a little low, 2.7, but the average view duration, the video watch time, is 7 minutes and 21 seconds. So YouTube is like, man, that's a lot of time on platform. We're going to recommend this video. So I like to check my traffic sources. I like to see where impressions are coming from. And I like to look at the click-through rate. Now, back up top here on the reach tab of a single video inside of my analytics, I'm clicking on impressions click-through rate. And you can actually see, as the video has been released day after day, what kind of click-through rate has it been getting? And it's been 2.8, 3.1. You know, a good click-through rate is over 10%. If you can get over 15 or 16% and hold that, you basically have a viral video on your hands. Now, this might be a niche topic a little bit with home office design ideas. Maybe the length, it's kind of intimidating to click on a 30-minute video. So really, if your click-through rate is high and your average view duration is high, then you're going to have a banger on your hands. You're going to hack the YouTube algorithm and blow it up. If one of those two things is high, you're also going to blow it up. So that's what I like to definitely see. What's the click-through rate? What can I learn from next time? I think the thumbnail is pretty phenomenal. I think that the title is also very good, but the topic may not have been as widely interesting to our subscribers. And here's the interesting thing is, again, like if you got a breakout video like this blue line right here that looks like it's not going to stop, I mean, live with it. Like that's great. But always asking, man, how can I make that higher? And in my opinion, topic would be probably the biggest influence of that, not necessarily title and thumbnail, because I think both of those are strong. Number 7, I'm going to ask, what's the average view duration? Now we've asked that, but we're going to go to the next tab over. That's engagement. Now we have our total watch time hours, 10,800 watch time hours. And I want to encourage you, naturally, this was released on a large channel that already had big influence. It took a long time to build that influence. You got to start before you're ready, start messy, start posting videos, and build your channel one subscriber at a time. But I think this also shows the power of even just one video. If you want to get monetized, get 1,000 subscribers, get 4,000 hours of watch time, this one video has accomplished that result. And it's also 30 minutes long. So remember, you're always one video away from potentially reaching your next YouTube goal. And if you put out the right video at the right time with the right title and the right thumbnail with the right content, then you can see incredible things happen. So next, though, I want to ask about average view duration. This is a huge metric. Like the two big levers are click-through rate and average view duration. This one has 3 minutes and 31 seconds more than usual as far as the performance. And you actually can see the gray line here of my typical performance on the Think Media YouTube channel is around 3 minutes and 53 seconds to about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And then the pink line is how this video is performing and how much time people spend watching this video. So again, this is the metric. If you're curious, man, how do I hack the algorithm? This is the metric on this video that led to the result. People are spending 7 minutes and 37 seconds of their hard-won time hanging out on this video, not watching The Expanse on Amazon Prime, not watching Queen's Gambit on Netflix. 7 minutes and 37 seconds. And that's average view duration, right? So some, of course, are spending longer, and that's holding the average viewer that clicks on this video is spending that much time. So huge metric that you want to think about. How do I increase that? And let's get to number 8. So now we're going to click audience. And this one's not talked about a lot. But this one is the average views per viewer. See, it says it right here. The average views per viewer. So the average views per viewer is the average number of times a viewer watched this particular video in this period. So the question I'm asking is, how many videos does the average viewer watch? This is just off this video. This is one that I want to increase and that can really help your channel. What does it mean? It means that if somebody clicks on one of your videos, do they watch a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth? Do they stay on your channel and watch 10 videos? If you can increase that average views per viewer number, it really can be a game changer. In this case, people barely watch 2. And if they find this video, maybe their mindset, maybe suggested, maybe getting distracted, maybe ending their viewing session, they're not necessarily binging a whole bunch of different videos. A way to see how this really works well would be like one of my favorite YouTube channels called Daily Dose of the Internet. They have a couple smart things going for them. One, their YouTube videos are very short, 3-4 minutes. 2, they really pull fair use content from a lot of places and they consolidate like really entertaining clips. 3, they're kind of just pleasant, entertaining, low mental fatigue, watchable videos. But also because they're short, I'll oftentimes play one on my smart TV when we're making dinner or something, and then suggest it to me as a second, third, fourth, or fifth, because maybe it takes 25 minutes to prepare dinner. So we watch like 5 or 6 of them, and they're just super entertaining. It plays me old ones because it comes out daily. So I wouldn't be surprised if their average view per viewer is like 5 views or 10 or a lot more. So to me, that is, are you creating content that somebody could watch one video, love it, and then want to do a bingeable session on your channel? Be like, that was awesome, and they want to watch another one. In some cases, Think Media creates searchable content, one problem, one answer type of content, and the viewing session might end. But whatever possible, if you can create kind of bingeable viewing sessions, that can be super powerful. And that is a metric that I like to look at. If you're getting value, smash like. We're going to get into the last 3 tips here. And number 9 is, what is my CPM? So we can see now we're going to click the revenue tab. We're studying one video and we're going through these 10 questions I like to ask about every video. What's my click-through rate? What's my average view duration? What are the traffic sources? How are the real-time views doing? Now we're talking about money. So what is the CPM? So the CPM of this video is $23.64. Now this isn't remarkable because if you want to make money from YouTube ads, you know, a lot of times the average CPM is $1 to $5 on YouTube. So this means how much you're going to make. CPM stands for cost per mil, and mil or milli is a Roman term for 1,000. And it means that if ads play, you're going to make $23.64. Now, a huge misconception though, is that is not how much money you actually keep. That is the total amount of money earned by the video, but YouTube takes 45% of that and you keep 55% of that. Your RPM is a much more accurate number. That's exactly how much money you earn. This number also could be pushed up because of super chats, which could be a lot if you're getting super chats or people that are kind of tipping you because they're grateful for your content. So this essentially tells me that every 1,000 monetized views, and what do I mean by monetized? Well, maybe an ad doesn't play, maybe somebody has an ad blocker. The ad has to be playing and seen. You could scroll down and see that skippable ads are the main source, a little bit of bumper ads and a few other things, but the main ones, the bumper ads and the skippable ads. But all that to say is number 9, what is my CPM? And number 10, what is my RPM? I like to know how much money is a video earning, not just how much has it earned so far. This video is generated at the time of recording this, $881.60. But how much money is this compared to maybe another video on my channel? And the way you influence this, it has a lot to do with topic and audience. What country is your audience watching in? How old is your audience? And what is your audience's mindset? Is it a professional audience? Is it business owners, real estate investors, venture capitalists, entrepreneurs, small business owners, the creator economy? Like, what is it? Or is it like kids that want to, 14-year-olds that want to watch cat videos? It can affect how much advertisers are willing to pay to get in front of your audience. Secondly, though, it's really topic. So home office design ideas, talking about maybe tech, home office versus a pranks channel or maybe a gaming video or something else. These are the types of things that affect your CPM and therefore your RPM. So in certain cases, you may want to create videos about strategic types of topics. Some of the highest CPM niches are things like real estate, investing, personal finance. Tech is kind of in the middle. It's not one of the high ones. Medical, a lot of medicine, doctors, biohackers, health tips. That can be a high CPM niche. And then you experiment over time. And you want to, of course, stay on brand, stay in your niche. But the selection of what niche you have on YouTube could be influenced by your ambitions when it comes to earning money from your YouTube channel. And also the one-off topics. For Think Media, we help people with the best tips and tools for building their influence with online video. This is obviously the gear and tech side. How do you build out your home office and your battle station? And we've noticed that sometimes when you talk about money, it usually drives your CPM up. If it was like how to make money on YouTube, that might be a little bit higher. And then maybe something else that is just something about software, although software is pretty high as well. And so all of that are really good questions to ask. And when I'm asking that, I'm also curious, how much money has this video generated? To look at one other video on the channel, there is this video right here, this was actually a live stream, but it's how to get 1,000 subscribers fast on the Think Media channel. And you can actually see the power of one video. This video has generated almost 1 million views, 25,000 new subscribers, $16,591. And we can see the CPM was $33. And again, the RPM is usually about half that, $17.76. So not only is it higher, but then you multiply that by the views over time. And that's a pretty good amount of money earned from just this one video. So if you got value out of this video, hit the like button. And I want to remind you that today's Coffee with Cannell is brought to you by our brand new exclusive web class where I'm going to be breaking down how I use one simple YouTube strategy to turn $130 into over $19,323 with a single video. Now, I'm actually not really talking about AdSense. We just showed you CPM and RPM. This is not that. This is actually other monetization strategies connected to some smart YouTube strategy. You're going to love it. If you want to watch this, it's where I go a little bit deeper. It's an hour-long free class. Link in the description down below, or you can just go to thinkmasterclass.com to be a part of the training and go to that website to register for free. But friends, this is the Coffee with Cannell show. My name is Sean Cannell, and I'm so fired up. I hope your year's going good so far. Let me know what you're drinking, where you're watching from. And if you have a question, type 4 question marks before and after your question. We're also going to drop the link on Facebook and YouTube if you want to join, and we'll bring some people on the show a little bit later. But I hope you're doing well. It's been a busy year. We have not done a Coffee with Cannell or a Think Marketing Live this year yet. And so Heather Torres is going to be back bi-weekly. I'll be back bi-weekly. That means every other week. And you will have a show here on the Think Marketing YouTube channel, which I hope you're subscribed, plus our Tuesday podcast that's coming out. And I'm excited to help in any way I can with what you're struggling with or doing on YouTube. Smash like. Shout out to the 3rd cup of coffee from D. This is just my 2nd cup of coffee. However, these cups of coffee, it's pretty big though. It might be 2 or 3 worth size there. Malacare says, what does a typical video mean? So what happens with YouTube analytics is YouTube is always judging your videos by just your typical video performance. This is powerful because it means you don't have to compare yourself to anybody else. You get to compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Your goal is to just beat your past best. And we always encourage you, try to get 1% better with every upload. So one of the best ways to see this is right here. We uploaded a new video today on how to create your YouTube channel, like actually how to set up a YouTube channel. And see, it says that it actually compares your videos to your last 10 uploads. And so this would be what your typical is. But actually typical goes bigger than this. So this is, again, all it's doing is just judging it by your last 10 to kind of let you know, was this topic good? Was it bad? If we go into the actual video itself, typical is this gray line, right? It's just on average across Think Media, as many videos as they're evaluating. In my opinion, I think it's all of them. So they're saying Think Media, listen, by hour 16, once a video has been out, your videos are typically at 5,400 views on the low end, and on the high end, they're at 8,700 views. That's your typical video performance. The blue line is how this one video is performing. And that's why the YouTube analytics will tell you these things like, you're looking good. This video is similar to what you usually get. So you're like, all right, cool. And that's the dream. Just keep putting out solid videos. If you're below it, if this little blue line is below the gray, you go, okay, what can I learn from that? Maybe I shouldn't talk about that topic anymore. And if the blue line is far and above, see, this one is on track to kind of follow this typical video trajectory. But what we can do is we can go into a video like one of these ones where that Omar did with the ET eyes on the thumbnail. Look at that. So your typical is this tiny little gray line down here. And this one shot up, bang. And then it kept going, boom. We're still going into space. And this is kind of why, like in our Video Rocket Academy program, we have the Rocket R. Your ultimate goal is to rocket your video's performance and have it literally be like a SpaceX launch into orbit. And a lot of that actually has mostly to do with how good your content is, how good your click-through rate is. We compared this to that last one. This guy, with as many, it's gotten 5 million impressions, and yet it's holding a click-through rate of around 5% or 5.1. So that's what your typical video performance is. That's a really good question. And thanks for the question. Dare Shift, what kind of videos are better for marketing products that will help get past the algorithm? I think that's just about learning. Any video is fine, but it's making great videos that really add value. So it's not about making videos that feel like a commercial or making videos that are just overly promotional. I think Dare Shift, the goal is to teach. If you can teach and explain, and that whenever somebody watches one of your videos, they learn something. If you're going to market a product, still ask yourself, how can the audience feel like I learned something, whether I buy the product or not? So sometimes product reviews are probably the best way to market a product, or a versus video is the best way to maybe talk about two products and compare one to the other and have links to those so people could purchase them. But if you can build a reputation or make it so that people actually learn something in your videos while you're talking, so they're not just being pushed, a product's just being pushed, but they're actually like, I mean, I'm not going to buy the product, but now I know. In our case on Think Media, you watch maybe one of Omar's videos and you learn 7 new things about cameras you never knew before, even though you're not planning on buying a new one. Then people want to watch anyways. And if they're in a moment where they're like, I'm ready to upgrade my camera, then their even trust has been built. Like, yeah, I mean, I see that you know your stuff, and I would love to, based off of the relationship I've built built with you, or how clear this video was, I'd love to potentially invest in a product. Peter says, I did a niche pivot. Should I unlist poor performing videos in the old niche? Really, poor performing videos aren't the problem, Peter. The real problem is videos that are performing well, that are not attracting the right audience for you now. So a lot of times somebody will start a barbecue channel and then pivot to creating Jeep and off-roading content, but have these 2 old barbecue videos that just blow up and get like thousands of views every month. So every time someone clicks subscribe for barbecue content, but you no longer upload barbecue content, someone clicks subscribe because you have these 2 hair tutorial videos that are drawing all these subscribers, but you don't even talk about hair tutorials anymore. They potentially are going to confuse the YouTube algorithm. Your goal, Peter, and everybody, is to never upload videos your subscribers didn't subscribe for. So if you have a video that's actually attracting, so for example, I have all of my old videos are poor performing. Like my first video ever is still up on Think Media. There's a lot of early videos that are terrible. They show my journey, but they're also not being watched. So here's the action item, friends. You want to go into your real-time views. You want to go into your real-time views and ask yourself, this is your real-time views, are any of these videos off brand for you? So if our top video was like how to grow a better garden and it was getting a whole bunch of subscribers, then I'd be like, shoot, all these subscribers probably expect us to upload more gardening tips videos, and we don't even do gardening tips. So you may want to consider unlisting videos that are attracting the wrong subscriber to your channel. All right. And so we do our best, of course. Think Media is still somewhat of a variety channel, because whether it's video editing or cameras, I mean, we put it under the umbrella of camera accessories, tech gear reviews in terms of laptops, microphones, etc. Really, the more niche you can be for the YouTube algorithm, the better, because you never want to upload a video your subscribers did not subscribe for. Great question. Smash like if you are fired up today. And we're going to have Greg coming on the show. We got Greg in the house, man. Coffee with Cannell. Where are you watching from? What's your YouTube channel about, and how can I help?
Yo, what's up, Sean? I'm watching from New Mexico. And I just first want to say thanks to you, and then also vidIQ. I've been able to just skyrocket my channel these last 2 months because of the tips. So my question is kind of, I guess, twofold. I've been doing YouTube Shorts, and that has been the biggest generator of views and subscribers on my channel. But I've been wanting to do more in-depth breakdowns. I have a gaming channel, and I've been just focusing on one game right now, Warzone. And
what's the channel called?
It's called Maverick Gaming, but without the vowels. So MVRCK Gaming.
Awesome. Go on.
And so do I continue to do YouTube Shorts because that's how I'm getting my views, or should I invest? And I've I just barely got through your guys' YouTube Influence Challenge, which was amazing. And I'm thinking about investing into some of your guys' programs so I can maybe promote and get more views on like longer form videos. I don't want to go too long, but just like that, 5 to 10 minute range. I know you've been talking a lot about doing shorter videos this year. And so I don't want to go too long, but I want to be able to give in depth, tips and guides. It's something that I enjoy doing, is kind of like teaching and coaching.
100%. So your top 3 videos, are crushing 10,000, 36,000, 65,000. Those are all YouTube shorts.
Correct.
Have you checked the analytics and seen if they're also driving subscribers?
Yes. The YouTube shorts are the ones that are driving most of the subscriber base. I have one long form video, which has helped me start getting that affiliate marketing, which, I've learned from you guys, $6 so far. So I'm crushing it right there.
Yeah, here we go.
But
despite small beginnings,
that's
6
right.
turns into 60, turns into 600.
So I'm just trying to figure out, should I continue to do YouTube shorts, or should I invest into a program that will help me get my longer form videos to start ranking?
Well, no, it's both. I mean, I would still do YouTube shorts, especially with how it's going for you now. You're tagging them, right? So there's like a shorts shelf. Is that true?
Yeah. So I have a playlist that I labeled like watch while you queue, like short videos that people can watch even while they're like waiting for the next game to come
Smart.
up. So
super smart. You want to use the hashtag for YouTube shorts so that they go on the shorts shelf.
So do I have to do that? Because I haven't been doing that, but they've been still going through the shorts. Like when I go to the analytics, it shows like 90% because of
that
YouTube
it knows
shorts.
them.
Yeah, because
I think it would be worth it, because it should create the shelf itself. And I know that that doesn't show up on some people's channels, but just a thought. So it keeps kind of categorizing there. But I think that with the way your channel is going, I would absolutely do both, because the way people are engaging with you, the content is still on brand in both cases. And I think that those longer watch times, even in terms of like CPM and RPM, that's really where AdSense will eventually be. I would also say that generally, man, you're just crushing it. Like, you haven't put out that many videos total, right?
Yeah. I mean, again, a huge thing is because of those YouTube shorts. Like those ones is what has blown up. I mean, my channel it went from like 30 to like 250 in one day, which was amazing. And then,
and obviously, and then we'll eventually get things monetized. But that's your hack to get to, I think, 1,000 subscribers quicker and way beyond. And so, I mean, that's my clearest answer to the question, is it's not either or, it's both. And I think that in your niche and the way you figured out to do shorts, they're doing really well. And I would also, though, build your brand. I would personally want to have a brand around longer form content that is sort of that depth. Recently we taught on our YouTube strategy workshop that shorter is better, and we weren't even talking about shorts.
Yeah.
So this is like the short hack. We were talking about like dating, and that as people get to know you and maybe want to watch your playthroughs or your gameplay, they'll want to hang out with you longer. Awesome. But if you want to speed date, then do videos that are like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But this is like hyper speed dating. The 60-second speed dating show is obviously YouTube shorts, and potentially even shorter than that, because they don't even have to be a minute. You can make YouTube shorts off your phone. You're editing them clearly, right? Because it's gameplay footage, and it would be probably nearly impossible to do the ones you're trying to think about in the style that YouTube gives you right on your phone. But I hope that's clear enough. I wouldn't change your strategy. I would personally try to think about how I could do one or 2 or 3 smart shorts a week. It's great that you're doing the proper thumbnails, so that can hit the click-through rate on both desktop and mobile. But I would also be sticking with the show that you plan on doing. Is that helpful?
Yeah, for sure. Just I guess a quick fire question, just like, I guess a 1-word answer, like really quick. If I have money to invest, would you recommend me investing into an editor so I can pump out more videos quicker, or get into one of your guys' courses? I've been thinking a lot about your guys' VRA that, I think I'm sold, but I'm just trying to figure out how to, invest my money.
What is your lifestyle? Like, how much time a week do you have to devote to YouTube?
So I'm a full-time teacher right now, but I teach remotely. So I have a little bit more, flexible of a schedule. So, I can work 4 to 6, sometimes on the, the lower end, maybe 3 hours a day for my, school job, but then I can invest some, but sometimes it takes up a lot more working with students. So it just is kind of very, very.
So how much hours a week are you putting towards your YouTube channel?
Probably 10, 15.
Okay. And then how long did it take you to make, like your Huskers, video, your 10-minute world record video?
That was probably the full week. And then I kind of repurposed it and made a short. So maybe I get 2 videos out a week if I do that long form, and then a short form to try to drive people to the long form.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of chicken or egg. I think that the smart thing about Video Ranking Academy, especially right now, is the lifetime access add-on. It's an investment that you make today, but you're in it forever, like for the life of the program, which is we're all in. You've met the team, etc.
Yeah.
Tony is helping a lot of different gaming channels and is super deep in that niche. And so that's like obviously if you do something like VidChops, which I would also recommend, sometimes you may go through an editor or two, and it takes some time to build it up. And then of course, once the videos are edited and once you've paid, you're not going to get that money back. Hopefully the videos continue to produce. I recommend that. But again, we really view VRA as an asset, the community, the training, the courses, the updates for a really crazy price in light of everything that you're getting. You make that investment once, and it's an investment that can pay you back in terms of also finding a couple smart videos and connecting even more smart monetization strategies to what you're doing. I'm definitely biased, and I recognize that as far as in asking the question, but my move would be to invest in VRA, still pump out 2 videos a week and make those 2 videos better as you're investing in VRA. Identify and clear a path to the shortest path to revenue for your channel, and then get your channel generating $500 a month and immediately reinvest that potentially into something like VidChops, because for $500 a month, you're right around that price point. That would be unlimited edits. You probably don't even need that, because you can do like 4 videos, potentially outsource that editing for that longer weekly video for around 300 on VidChops. So, and then that becomes like a monthly thing. I think that you staying in the trenches with your hands on the lever at this moment, based on your lifestyle and what you have going, is smart. And having a goal of 6 months of like really hustling and putting out content and learning and growing your channel, stage 1. And then about 6 months from now, sort of scale and bolt on team members via something like VidChops, and then take it to the moon. And I think with the momentum you have, and with obviously your skill here, your ability to play, your understanding so far, I actually think with the way that things are going, I think you should be at, for sure, 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I'm leaning more towards like 25,000. Things could really get interesting, and you could grow faster than that. And I also think you could hit that $1,000 of revenue target a month reoccurring because of just past videos and smart topics also on a minimum within the next 12 months. And that gives you kind of a really good foundation to play from. And that's how I've lived kind of my life as well. I want everyone to hear that. I think one of the smartest things you could do in any business, including being a content creator and in the creator economy, is as soon as you start earning money, reinvest it in yourself, in your team, in your gear, into creating content faster, into a computer, because exports take you an hour now, and now they only take 28 minutes because of a faster processor. But identifying which lever to pull when, that'll get you to your goals faster.
Awesome. Well, I just want to say thanks, Sean, for taking the time, answering my questions. And to all those that are listening, I wouldn't be where I'm at with these over 100,000 views without Sean and his team and doing the work and, listening to these strategies that they teach. So, you guys are in the right place. So thanks again, everybody. Thanks, Sean. You're awesome.
Thank you, Greg. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on Coffee with Cannell show. Hey, thanks for being here, y'all. Smash like if you're getting value. We're going to be bringing some people on, and we're going to answer some more questions. Believe in the magic. Can I use Amazon affiliates to earn even though I'm at 594 subs, or do I need to wait for 1,000? Let me suggest to you a controversial opinion. Subscribers don't matter. Disclaimer. Of course they matter. And once you have them and you release a video, you've got a base of people to click on it. But when you really start to understand the YouTube algorithm, or really when you identify what really matters, you don't get any AdSense from subscribers. You can't get anyone to click on an affiliate link just because they're subscribed. You can only actually get an action and earn some money or even make impact off of a view. So believe in the magic. When it comes to Amazon affiliate marketing, here's the target that I want you to focus on. I want you to get around 200 to 400 views per video. When you're hitting an average of around 200 to 400 views per video or more, Then I would want you to apply for Amazon affiliates. With 594 subs, I think you're fine there. The question is how many views are you getting? Secondly, I would want your channel to be really clear in a niche that has a clear value proposition, that when you apply, you just have a good likelihood of getting approved. Amazon will know what it is. But these days, Amazon actually approves channels quickly. What you need to do is you need to make a certain number of qualified sales within a certain window of time. Because of that, that's why I want you to be getting 200 to 400 views per video, so that there's enough momentum that when you put out videos, once you're approved, you have a chance of making qualified sales. And then here's the key strategy. I then want you to release at least 3 to 5 videos that are directly correlated to earning money. And what I mean is, to the point of Greg, he has a video called Best Mouse for Call of Duty Warzone 2021. The smart thing about this video is, if I'm curious, like, it's actually related to purchasing a product. I could go here and actually get the Viper Ultimate mouse, because if I watch this video, I probably want to eventually invest in a mouse. And now this is correlated to a video that would actually make a sale. Here's the opposite is true. If I watch how to get 54 kills in Warzone, like, I'm not gonna make a purchase after that. If I look at how to get more kills and avoid damage using vehicles, makes sense? So if I'm watching a product review or a versus video, 2 products compared, or a top 10 list of home office design ideas like we started, those videos are actually correlated to shopping and online shopping, which is correlated to Amazon affiliate marketing. Furthermore, could be software like ClickFunnels versus Kajabi. Like, it could be something. So once you hit those initial targets that I just suggested, and actually ClickFunnels and Kajabi has nothing to do with, say, getting qualified for Amazon affiliates. Now you get approved and you want to make a certain number of sales. So you're going to put out videos related to people shopping on Amazon, and smart strategic videos with good thumbnails, good titles, etc. Those are going to drive you the most sales, so you can lock in your Amazon affiliate membership and then approval to the Amazon Associates program, and then scale from there. Would VRA help me if I'm not posting my videos in the English language? To be clear, VRA stands for our online course and group coaching program called Video Ranking Academy. And the answer is yes. Video Ranking Academy is the same in any language. And here's why. The principles are the same. Good title, good description, good tags, keyword research in a niche. The key is that the program, to be clear, is in English. And a lot of people are making English titles, English description, English tags. But it works in any language. In fact, there's even more opportunities in other language. German title, German description, German tags, German hashtags, speaking German in the video. The key is you to stay aligned. Spanish title, Spanish description, Spanish tags. People are searching in Spanish. People are clicking and wanting to watch videos of people speaking Spanish if they speak Spanish and want to watch content in Spanish. So works in any language, absolutely. You just want to keep it aligned. And just to hit the question of like, man, I speak 2 languages. Should I put 2 languages on my channel? No, because you never want to upload a video your subscribers didn't subscribe for. And if I speak Spanish, but I don't speak English, when you upload the English version, I'm going to be like, what the heck? That video is irrelevant to me. I'm not going to click on it. Keyword is alignment. This is why some of the big channels actually start to repurpose their content into multiple languages, but they don't upload the same video on the same channel. My friend Judy, It's Judy Time, did a beauty channel in English, and then hired someone to dub her videos, to speak over her doing the makeup tutorials. Spanish title, Spanish description, Spanish tags, Spanish speaking in the video by being dubbed to actually speak into that language. And that channel grew, and look, could be searched, discovered, suggested, the whole algorithm. So I hope that helps with a little bit of value as well in answer to your question. We're going to have Boss Katie come on in just a second, but I want to thank Intermittent Fasting with Ryan for the super chat. 1,000 subscribers, only 4 months in. I'm your spirit animal. I don't know how I feel about that, but thank you for the honor. Thanks for all you do. The goal is 100,000 by 2022. Ryan, I want to challenge you with the momentum you got going. You might be able to get there before then, but that is an awesome goal. And thank you so much for the super chat. We got Boss Katie on the Coffee with Cannell show. Katie, where are you watching
Hi.
from, and what's your YouTube channel about?
Cool. I live in Tempe, Arizona, and my YouTube channel, I started it in 2017 when I actually moved to Arizona from the Northwest, and I was just vlogging my adventure. But I've been filming at festivals for several years. So I used to think my channel was going to be about like festivals and festival culture. And then over the last few years, I just posted like very inconsistently, very randomly. I was kind of going through a lot of life stuff. And now this year, I'm like more committed than ever to really growing my channel. But I still have a lot of festival content that I want to incorporate into the channel. But I decided that my niche is more so people who want to learn about like the law of attraction, manifesting your reality, the power of your mindset. There's a lot of different tools and techniques around the the teachings, I guess, of like manifesting and creating your reality. And my life story is kind of what I'm using to draw from, as well as like the teachings that I've studied. So what I was thinking, I just released a YouTube video yesterday.
What's your channel called?
It's called Boss Katie, one word. And then I have a separate channel called Boss Katie Entertainment. Boss Katie's like my online avatar. She's like the social media, you know, content creator. I'm a videographer. I do a lot of different types of content. And then my online avatar is building her own, like my whole theme is like Boss Katie is this fifth dimensional being living in a third dimensional world here to awaken people to their full potential. So then I have a separate channel that is a hybrid of short films mixed with reality TV. So those are like more of structured episodes that are going to be released once a month along with music videos, because I live with someone who does like conscious rapping, and her music video is up there. So that's eventually the entertainment channel. I want it to grow into a reality TV show, and I've had dreams of it being picked up on Netflix or like a huge network eventually. And then I want to keep Boss Katie like my personal channel. Like my character on the reality show is still a YouTuber. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. So a couple thoughts. One, just to encourage you and everyone else watching, I love that you've got a vision for the two different YouTube channels, but I actually want to challenge you to potentially put one on hold and really focus on one channel. It's hard to do. It's hard to build two things at once. It's hard to build one thing, you know, and sometimes it can divide your focus, and it's helpful because if you could get, say, Boss Katie more influential, you can then use that influence to actually grow a second channel faster. If you try and chase two rabbits at once, it's exhausting. You may catch neither, or you have to run after one, barely get it. You're running after the other one. It's super exhausting. So you kind of build that momentum. You want to catch the rabbit, tame it, train it, get it working for you, get the algorithm growing without your efforts, and then potentially focus on the other one. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so I've thought about that for sure. And maybe one thing I was kind of thinking about doing is like over the course of the next year, because the entertainment channel is more like I really storyboard that, and I do the whole process of like creating a short film essentially, and then the music videos that I'm working with other influencers in this city on. I was thinking about, you know, potentially making it the whole series this year and not releasing it until all the episodes are done for a whole season, you know, and then I could like launch them once a week for 12 weeks and potentially build more momentum that way. So I definitely.
What's your end goal? Like, what are you trying to kind of put your creative work into the world, impact people, while you also do something to pay the bills during the day? Are you trying to go full time with this? And what does your ideal end result look like?
So I definitely want to be a full-time YouTuber. That's like my main career goals, because I know that doing that can really take me places as far as being an influencer. And I do so basically, like for the past few years, I've really been seeing this vision of the universe is going to bring me opportunities the more I speak them into existence. So my channel is like I'm using the storyline of my life, and I'm like weekly vlogs to show what I'm manifesting as I'm manifesting it. And I have like huge outlandish dreams that are like, you know, if people can see how I started like homeless or in my mom's basement, or like, you know, I've been through crazy stuff in my life, and now I'm like here in this little house. And then, you know, I want to upgrade to a nicer house. And then I want to upgrade to a huge mansion of influencers that are creating conscious music and media. And it's not something that exists in our world yet. So it's kind of like I want to create a new entertainment industry, like take Hollywood and bring it to Phoenix, but create it, but make it more of a conscious community. So I have really big dreams within my community here, and then within like the festival industry, and just bringing more mainstream purpose-driven media to that culture and to that industry, and to try to integrate society and that like, you know, that like plur energy or like festival culture, integrating it more into society by bringing more mainstream media to those little pockets of the world.
Big vision. So how can I help the
Yeah.
most? What's the question now that I kind of understand what's going on in your world?
So I was thinking about structuring my YouTube channel in a way that's like 2 videos per week and doing a vlog, and then like taking the kind of like the theme of the week and creating an informational video that's more like a lesson. So it's kind of integrating entertainment with information. And I don't know if they're like, I don't really know of a lot of YouTube channels that do that. And so I'm kind of curious, like, if my channel should be about like, you know, like, do you think it will
Yep.
work out if it's like half
Yeah, I got you.
entertainment,
So,
half
I mean, here's what I would
information?
do. A lot of YouTube channels do that. So there's
Okay.
only two really niches. There's either like macro niches. There's either entertainment or there's education. And of course, education is more how to, of course, cooking, gardening, homeschool, a million
Yeah.
things, camera tutorials, even how to upgrade your materia in Final Fantasy VII, how to get a second heart in Cyberpunk 2077, like a lot of just how to practical search based. We really encourage people to go that direction. Entertainment, Mr. Beast, vloggers in a lot of cases, unless the vlogger is kind of a hybrid. And there's tons of people doing the hybrid. It's called edutainment. A lot of science channels, they make science entertaining. A lot of people, hopefully, if you're doing how to in entertainment, you're also, or education, I should say, you're as entertaining as possible during it. If you can bring in, it makes me think of like, who's your favorite high school teacher, middle school teacher, or elementary teacher? And there's the teachers that just taught you the information and were really dry. And then there's the teachers that made it fun and like, kind of like brought their personality and had jokes during it. Well, you were still learning, but they made learning fun. I think that if I'm you, just from one point of view perspective, I think that the most practical way to reach your goal of being a full-time YouTuber is to focus much more on education, and to take the shortest path to revenue so that you could fund these big dreams. The whole thing about doing the shortest path to revenue is you have money for the mission, for the things you want to do in the future. You know, for me, I want to write books. I want to employ more people. I want to launch other YouTube channels. I want to make Amazon Prime and Netflix documentaries that I can self-fund, that I don't even necessarily make, but my team. However, you got to be practical about making money today, as well as serving people. And so if I was you, I would be making videos that are like top 5 festival secrets, top 10 festival secrets, 15 ways to get the most out of Burning Man. And what I would do is what you can do is you can still vlog, but it actually changes the point of view of the vlog. People think it's like 2 separate things. You can educate in a vlog style. You can integrate entertainment and lifestyle in someone learning something. In fact, some of the most engaging learning content. Furthermore, if we were to look at, like how to manifest things in your life, when you start using titles like this, they start being the very specific type of video. And so for manifesting Meadow, I would be success leaves clues. She only has 5,000 subscribers. She has 125,000 views on this video.
Yeah.
And so when you're making content like that, you know that it's proven, you know, people are actually looking for it. But here's the deal. You don't have to stand in front of a white wall and deliver that information. You could deliver that information creatively. You could stretch yourself as a filmmaker, as a creator, and you could do it in beautiful locations. You could be moving around as you do it. You could read it you could write a script. You could deliver the information into a USB mic and put beautiful B-roll to it. We sometimes can find ourselves in a box when it comes to creating YouTube content, realizing that actually we always step up to the new video that we're about to create with a blank canvas, and we could actually reach our end goal. In a lot of, sometimes even people think that the education side is so like search-based content. Hi, here is point 1, point 2, I mean, that's kind of what I do. Like, I mean, more or less, I deliver a lot of things like that, maybe, but like, that is just the framework. You can layer on top B-roll, creativity. You could bring in art, music, all kinds of things. However, I do encourage you to keep it simple and think about that shortest path to get to the first reasonable, and I don't want, for you just dreaming so big, you probably hate the word reasonable, but that first practical benchmark. If you're going to climb Everest, there's a few base camps to go to along the way. You don't just shoot to the top. It would also kill you if you did, because your lungs couldn't handle it and you didn't acclimate to the air and the ability to breathe at that level. So I would think that's why I say one channel, because that's the shortest path to getting some momentum going. Clear videos. The general vlogs, I just always ask, what value does the vlog actually deliver? And it's how fast do you want to go? Because your willingness to do, of course, there's different approaches, so it's one man's opinion, but your willingness to do, I think, smart and practical strategies can actually potentially get you to a place of influence faster, that even opens the door for you to be even a little bit more yourself. Not that you wouldn't be yourself, but more like vlogging. And I'll land the plane by saying this, again, as we talk about like how to manifest things in your life, 125,000 views in that example. My friend, It's Judy Time, did a makeup and beauty channel, hair tutorials, makeup tutorials. She grew it to hundreds, about 500,000 subscribers. And then her and her husband, co-author of YouTube Secrets, Benji Travis, started a vlog channel, and they started having kids, and people started being interested. Why? She started practically in education, and then she built influence. And because people then became interested in their life, wait, what's the behind the scenes? Who's the person behind the makeup tutorial? Who's Judy really? And they started being interested, and there was enough of a core audience to launch a vlog.
Okay.
And it's my opinion that is the more practical path. And when you can see, I love that you can see a big vision of step 84 in terms of like Tempe, Phoenix is going to be this Hollywood mecca, like, let's go. But then you take it all the way back to what's like the shortest path to revenue to get established, to maybe start investing in some of these other creators, level up my gear, level up my speed, and knowing which step to make at which stage you are in YouTube, I think is pretty practical. So I hope that helps.
Yeah.
But I would think about things in that way by probably focusing on one channel, focusing much more on practical content, not letting that limit your creativity, because there's no reason. 99% of people are going to go to a festival and just kind of like vlog randomly and title like some of your videos, which are like Real Talk with Katie, which is much more about like people just kind of wanting to hear from you, as opposed to go to the festival with the idea of like 7 weird things you didn't know about where to get water, shortcuts to a place. And then what ends up happening is you tap into all the other 100,000 people that look for information around that festival. And people are like, oh, Katie, she's so dope. Wow. Like, oh, I don't know. And now they're discovering your channel because you didn't really make content through the lens of just Northern Lights 17 with Boss Katie. That's just like a documentation of what you're doing. That's fine. But if you actually went to Northern Lights, and even if you went 10 highlights, 7 highlights of Northern Lights and let people see a recap, then everybody who was a part of that or didn't get to go will watch your video. And at the end, you're like, hey, I'm Katie. And by the way, if you want to like subscribe, this is the kind of content I do every weekly. Then you start building up your audience because of really taking like kind of a flipped approach to the content you have been creating on this channel. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Totally.
Katie.
Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate you. Thanks so much for, by the way, thanks for making a video I saw on your thing about Think Media.
Yeah, I did do that. I'm in Full Sail University also. So I took a little bit of break from school the last 2 months, but I'm about to start back up this coming month. But yeah, I did a video on your channel and it was fun. I bought my camera because of your channel.
Think Media. Hey, I appreciate you. That is super, super kind of you.
Yeah.
And grateful for the shout and super grateful that you'd come on Coffee with Cannell. And I hope that these tips were valuable today.
Yeah, I'm doing the VRA too. So I've been watching the videos on the strategy and tagging and everything. And yeah, I'm super grateful also. Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you watch that New Year's workshop that we did?
Which one?
The one that we just did with the 10 strategies for 2021?
I don't know.
You may not have seen, you may not even know that we added that. So you have complete access to that as a VRA member.
Okay,
and
cool.
I know you're probably pumped. You want to go create videos. Absolutely. But maybe over the next couple of weeks or whatever, it's 4 hours of brand new content that we just recorded. And it is my exact 10-step or 10 strategy playbook, as well as Tony and Heather for the 2021 year. So that's just in your members area. So check that out.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely will. Thank you so much.
You got it, Katie. Appreciate you. Take care.
Yeah, you too.
Coffee with Cannell. Smash the like button if you're sipping coffee or water or tea or Monster or Rockstar or kombucha or wine. Let me know what you're drinking. Drop in the comments, and we're going to land the plane on a couple questions. And I think another person coming on camera. I'm taking a sip of the Atomic Coffee, Ethiopia. Did an AeroPress, and it's delicious. A little cold, but really good coffee. Has different flavor profiles that come out of it as the temperature changes. I don't mean to call her out, but there's 2 groups of people at Think Media. There's people who respect coffee, and there's people who don't respect coffee. Omar is a 10 out of 10. He's a Super Saiyan if you were rating him by Dragon Ball Z, like Super Saiyan level 5. Does it go that high? I am a few steps, maybe a lot of steps behind him, but I'm really into like hipster coffee shops. So I buy really niche specialty coffee. I've got a fellow grinder, so there's no static in my grind. It's a burr grinder. And I grind my beans to a specific setting. I use AeroPress. I use filtered alkaline, like certain water. I'm not going to use tap water for my coffee. Are you kidding? Like I buy water jugs when I make coffee on the road. I bring my AeroPress with me when we travel, because I'm going to make coffee even in our hotel room better than probably any local coffee shops if there aren't many around. And I just don't want to get into a hard place where, I'm stuck without good coffee. So that's the level I'm at. Can you imagine? Omar's even crazier than that. On the other side of the spectrum, and I don't mean to call her out publicly, so I'm not going to tell you what her name is, Heather Torres. She's a Keurig girl, Keurig. And, it's not that I'm speaking down to that. I'm just putting it down, but are you a Keurig person? Where are you on this, on the scale, Coffee with Cannell family? This is the Coffee with Cannell show. I've never really talked about coffee. Are you a Keurig? And do you even care about what brand of Keurigs you get? I mean, you got to do a couple of things. Number one, environmental impact. Have we talked about that? Melissa Caputo, like, come on, like where do those Keurigs go after you use them? Number two, there's no way those beans are fresh. Not only are they pre-ground, they're in a plastic container for 4.5 years before they ever reach your house. If the beans aren't ground right before you brew your coffee, you're not serious. You're not a real coffee drinker. Come on. Are you, Mr. Strongbro said, disappointed in Heather? I'm not trying to throw her under a bus. Okay, I just did. And I'm backing the tire back and forth over her right now. We got French press people in the place. I feel you. French press is amazing. There we go. There it is, Andrew. French press. I tend to go with Folgers. Let me just reach back here, Andrew. Pull the knife out of my back. Folgers. Eventually get the burr grinder though. Evan. Okay. Heather just controlled that in the back end too. Of course, she's going to come in and try to, Evan, I love you, bro. Miss Heather, so amazing at time management. She uses the Keurig because it's faster. I respect that. And at the end of the day, you do you, boo. You got to do your thing. Coffee is just such a gift from God. Keurig's from the devil, but coffee, the beans, the fruit, did you know it's a fruit, right? The cherry, the coffee cherry. So many great coffee shops out there. And when you can go to places like Vesta Coffee here, Mothership Coffee in Las Vegas, Intelligentsia. All right. Point I think has been made. We're going to answer some questions still. That was a major detour. And Keurig is of Nespresso. If I got to go with pods, I do like going with Nespresso. I have to say that. Juanita's Creative Corner. I've got the Keurig, and my parents have a Keurig. It could be pretty good. Hopefully you can get as fresh. There you go. There's the conscious productivity, Mary. Keurig with the reusable pod. Amazing. Meanwhile, Diet Mountain Dew. I mean, you got to do you. You're like, look, do you not even drink coffee? I always do. I say, is today a coffee day on my Instagram stories? 20% of people say no. And then I always get 20 DMs that go, when is it not? They're like mad. They go like, what do you mean? Is today a coffee? It's like a rhetorical question. Like every day is a coffee day. All right. Coffee with Cannell, detour of actual coffee. And what is your coffee order? The second thing I'm offended by, as we land the plane on this, I'll answer your question. We'll bring somebody else on. If you say you love coffee, but you get a venti peppermint mocha with extra whipped cream and only one shot of coffee, you don't drink coffee. Like, I don't mean to be abrasive. If you get that pink unicorn drink at Starbucks, looks delicious, but you're not a coffee drinker. People are like, hey, you want to go get some coffee? Let's go to Starbucks. Should we jump in the car, grab a Starbucks? Yeah, let's go get some coffee. Yeah, I'll take a green tea lemonade. You can't get a green tea lemonade if you're on your way to get coffee. Yeah, I'll take the unicorn pink drink. Yeah, I'll get a mocha frappuccino, no chino. I'm a little saucy today about it. Tell me your coffee order in the comments. Drop it down there. Here's Julian's the real deal as we land the plane. Freaking V60. Costa Rica has some incredible blends. Vesta's Costa Rica here in Vegas. By the way, I drink my coffee black. If you add cream to your coffee, we're about to get controversial. This is when the Civil War started. Think media and think marketing split. Everyone got offended. Cancel culture, canceled think media, canceled think marketing, canceled the coffee order. Sean offended me. Listen, dude, if you're brewing coffee in a V60, you're doing some pour overs, you're doing your beans. If you add cream to your coffee, I mean, you're not really appreciating the coffee, you know, like, I don't know, cream and sugar. It's fine. You do you, but the point of the coffee is the notes and the flavor and the acidity and the profile and every little detail and nuance that comes through. And it is my opinion, and I'm on a mission to help 10,000 people start appreciating. Just kidding. But I actually, interestingly enough, I think for a lot of us, we've maybe never really had a good cup of coffee, but I could just be crazy. Because here's what my wife, Sonia, says. She likes a Verismo, which is kind of like a Keurig. She's like, your coffee's gross. That's what she tells me. She's like, it's weird. It's like fruity. I'm like, yeah, your coffee is bitter and old. You know how I talk to my wife. Okay, so here we go. We're getting into start a hip hop coffee channel. This is where the inspiration happens. We're going to get into the next question here. We're going to bring Drew on the show. And Drew, it's good to see you, man. What is your channel? Where are you from and how can I help?
Yes, North Carolina, Raleigh area. It is called Swag Talk. A big fan, VRA member here, so definitely got all that on lockdown. Didn't know about
Swag Talk?
Yeah, Swag Talks Design.
Yep. I went to Raleigh once. I ate hush puppies and I drank the sweet tea.
Okay.
Is that a thing that happens in Raleigh, right?
I mean, I guess.
Like a lot of deep fried things.
Maybe.
And sweet tea. Because I went and I was doing this church communications thing for a church, and they took me to this place and there was hush puppies and deep fried everything. And they said, we drink the sweet tea, and they called it the sweet tea. And I was like, this is so good. And then I drank like 10 glasses and got super sick because there was so much sugar in it.
Yeah, that's not how y'all do it over there, I guess. Yeah, sweet tea is very common. I don't know about the hush puppies are not everywhere. The further south you go, yeah, you can get it as a side with anything.
You might be. We were deep. I mean, wherever we were. All right. So I'm on the channel. Well, how can I help?
So my question, and I want to round it. I'll start with just an overarching question, then I'm going to round it into Clubhouse because I saw you on Clubhouse the other day. Ooh. So I have a question about that. So I know, right? Edgy topic. So I am more in the education niche. I know you just mentioned kind of education versus entertainment. And I'm in a couple of different groups. So when I drop a video in a group, it does fantastically. Subs go up. I mean, if you look at the stats in the channel, everything's up like the 999%, which is dope. Just crossed 250 doing a giveaway for that. So that's really cool. Just small. Me and a couple of friends started YouTube around the same time, started in March last year. But if I don't drop one because it's not relevant, like, so if it's a lettering Facebook group, I might drop a lettering YouTube link in there and it'll do great. But if I do something on books, for example, I'm not going to drop top 3 books in the Facebook channel because it doesn't relate to them. And then it sits at like 60 views or 50 views. So I think it's a pretty common problem, but I'm not sure if do I need to go out and just start engaging with a ton more like accounts? Like I'm trying to figure out, is my SEO wrong? Is my tags wrong? I have the second level of, what is it? vidIQ, got that integrated. So it's showing me all those stats. But it's really like the rise and shine videos are coming from when I share in the group. So like traffic's coming straight up from Facebook and Instagram, and then a little bit from email marketing, starting that a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Well, a couple things. Also in VRA, that we have the Rocket R, and that would be sharing it in a Facebook group. Super smart, because in a way, traffic is traffic. You want to get the views, and then you want to convert over time those viewers into subscribers. But an important thing to know is the best way to grow a YouTube channel is YouTube itself. Infinitely better than social media, unless you have insane amounts of influence on social media, or you get lucky with like the press or someone shouting you out or tweeting you, which won't happen to most of us.
Right.
So to get real leverage on your YouTube channel, I'd ask like just a couple questions. Number one, which topic should I talk about that, if I could rank and be in suggested videos for this topic, could rapidly grow my channel? Secondly, hopefully that topic is also on brand, or it needs to be. It should also be on brand to attract my ideal subscriber. And then I would make those videos more often and let them do the work for me. Immediately, I actually think this is a cool hack that you'll see right here. We did a video because I think you should do a free fonts video. Now you got to figure out, of course, rights, things like giveaway, whatever. But watch this. Think media, sound effects. Y'all on the Coffee with Cannell show about to get a secret that we haven't really shared. That's kind of hidden in plain sight. But notice this: free sound effects pack YouTubers use. It's royalty free. And it's just actually a collection of sound effects. A lot of people will just download the YouTube video.
Oh, I've used that for sure.
And then additionally, though, we actually set it up so that you can download the sound effects, and we built an email list. 30,000 people or something like that so far have opted in. So that's a whole nother crazy. So, and then the video ranks because it's the desire of a particular audience. Now, this might attract a surface level person, but that video could potentially, I mean, the sound effects one has almost 400,000 views. So I'm asking myself, in your niche of design, what are the top videos? You know, and if we were to look at like free fonts, this is just one idea, you know, free fonts for 2020, here's, you know, 2021's interesting. That's 196,000 views. So you want to be making videos about like those high volume type search topics that are relevant for your audience. I think it's also interesting. You can expect tutorials for Adobe programs. Okay.
Yeah. So I have a little like Procreate icons, and then like there's a Lightroom one, XD, Photoshop.
It's clues. Like your top video has 1,200 views and it's on Procreate. Like if you did a 10-part Procreate series, that thing's going to grow like a fine wine, getting better with age. You know, if you again did the other one you're saying, Adobe programs, so Illustrator or whatever else, I mean, I think that's actually where I'd see the channel steering. Then, of course, some of the things you're learning inside of our, you know, membership area and whatnot. I think building an email list, thinking about ways to monetize, thinking about even eventually, like probably in your case, definitely like a digital product, something to sell. Like on the other side of putting out the right videos, working hard, but like building up a library of the right topics and the right type of content, dude, it's game over for you. Clearly your skill is off the chart. I mean, I love the stuff, love the vibe, love what you're able to pull off. So like, that's also a good foundational key. People are going to want to get the results that you're able to get. If you went all in on like Procreate, Photoshop, you know, other Adobe programs, free fonts. And then the biggest thing I would ask is the last piece of homework would say, who are your top 10 to 20 kind of ideal competitors, and maybe they're not perfectly ideal, but what can you learn from the top 10 to 20 channels that you maybe would aspire to be like? I saw one that was 500,000 subscribers. What can you learn from them? And what are their top videos? Let's just do it really quick. So Satori Graphics. So yeah. I would imagine your goal would be to have 500,000 subscribers eventually.
Right.
And so looking at them, when I think, and yeah, 5 Chrome extensions, these success leaves clues, the types of videos. I can already tell your ability to create video and your ability to know your craft is unstoppable. So it's actually, this is hopefully a really encouraging call, because bro, you have unlimited success on just the other side of execution.
Wow. Thank you.
And so if we go to most popular and we think about 5 golden rules of minimal graphic design. So some rules, 3 Illustrator clipping mask uses that you need to know, even their title structure. So they've got some interesting topics. So again, what can you learn from this guy's top videos? With vidIQ, if you go to this trending tab, this is even more important than the popular videos, because this tells you which videos are getting view velocity. And I'm not so much interested in 15 hours or 3 days ago, because new videos, of course, will get view velocity. By the way, this guy's doing logo design, so I'm just thinking of the business model. I'm sure he's crushed. Like, so you start thinking about what do you want your business model to be. But I'm actually most interested 2 months ago, I'm really interested in 2 years ago. 6 golden rules of layout design you must obey, 38 views an hour.
Wow. So
like the older video, 3 years, Adobe InDesign tutorial booklet layout for print InDesign tutorial. So I like to look at here's the key, with vidIQ installed. And if you're new Coffee with Cannell and don't have vidIQ, you can check out vidIQ.com/think for a 30-day trial. This trending tab, I think, comes with the free version, but you only see like the first couple of videos. So you can study in depth videos that are getting VPH, views per hour. That means they're getting present velocity. And what opportunity that gives you is that you actually want to make potentially a similar video. So I would not hesitate to make a video called 3 Illustrator clipping masks uses you need to know. Dude, I'm gonna make 5 Illustrator. You it becomes kind of success leaves clues. You make your own version of the video, but because it's getting 30 views an hour, what that tells you is even kind of more than search volume. It tells you that on YouTube, there's present like 30 humans, obviously, at least, are consuming that type. That's a ton.
Yeah.
That type of content around the world. You're going to add a video with the goal of getting in suggested videos around the intent of humans on certain topics, so that if they see 3, they're like, those are dope. And then your video gets suggested essentially next to Satori's. They're like, he's got 5. And if you do different ones, or if you do like one cool Illustrator clipping mask use you need to know, like new for 2021, because Illustrator always drops new, drops new features. Then it's like that video is this 3-year-old video that's getting 30 views an hour. You drop the new one and boom, you're suggested. And on the other side of any of these strategies I'm suggesting, your channel's nothing but net. That doesn't make sense. Your channel is,
nothing but gain. Yeah.
Nothing but growth.
Right. Yeah. No,
that makes sense.
I feel like where I was getting more scared is like, well, that video exists, right? So like Satori, obviously a powerhouse, Pixin Perfect, a powerhouse, The Future, a powerhouse. You know what I'm saying? So like, it comes up, and people are clicking on that. And again, not saying that I can't do that. And you're right on the money. Like they update all the time. So I've already got like radial tool shortcut commands, like stuff that they update all the time, stuff that can be evergreen. I'm trying to find like the evergreen stuff. So like stuff like I just did, like 8 brush pack, that's like very specific, but like that's not so much evergreen, So I think, I didn't know that using the trending tab on when you're on someone's specific channel did that. I don't know how I missed that, but I must have not got that that far in the Ranking Academy if I didn't pick that one up. But that's a super dope little hack.
And 2 things. So I want to hit, because I think this will add value to everybody here, the one mindset of other people are doing it. You got to just do it as well. And don't even really, in fact, if other people are doing it, we just had Brendan Kane, author of Hook Point, on our Think Marketing podcast. And he said, I love saturated markets because it proves that there's interest. So there's 2 benefits of a saturated market. One is just the long tail. And the long tail is, other people are doing it. So Satori is getting 300 views an hour. But listen, the opportunity for you to get 3 views an hour, especially when you're just starting and like under 1,000 subscribers, is massive. It's called the long tail. Yeah. So I was just looking up like the Canon M50. We've made like 30 videos. We got Peter, we got Kinotika, we got Tech Through the Lens, we got Tech Gear Talk, we got us, we got the Camera Store TV, we got Chris Winter.
Yeah, you again.
Us again. We got Tyler, we got Catherine Manning, we got Tom Rich. Like, and then we got a lot of these have 92,000, 306,000. But do you know how many videos have 50? 88, because they're on the climb. Don't be afraid if other people are doing it. I want everybody to hear that, like, literally don't be afraid of other people are doing it. Just jump in. You never know which video is going to break out. Now, of course, the nuances of different is better than better. Try to find your unique angle. But one of the biggest aspects of your unique angle is you. Nobody else is like you. You got to be you times 2. Amplify your personality. Put your personality into the product review. Put your personality into the tutorial. And guess what? Some people aren't going to like you. Some people will be like, I don't want to listen to this weird dude with the weird part talk about this camera. I want to listen to Catherine Manning, the female, talk about this camera. I don't like Catherine Manning because I don't like white people. I want to listen to somebody ethnic talk about this camera. Right. That's how the world works. And so just be you times 2. You put yourself out there, get on camera, and do your version of it. Try to, bring a unique angle, but even catch that long tail. The second mindset I want to hit too is, in the midst of, yes, you want to go for evergreen topics, but when you're in the early stages of growing your channel, you want to be as scrappy as possible and jump on any opportunity that's strategic as quick as possible, so that you can build up that base of subscribers. It's not either or, it's both and. You want to build up those long tail videos. And the thing is, a lot of those will still be evergreen. I mean, even if it is just like a new update to Illustrator or something, like that's going to be watched. In my opinion, if evergreen is at least a year or like even 6 months, but like if it's a year, year and a half, 2 years, like it could be a lot more evergreen than you think. and early on, you don't want to get overly romantic about that. And here's the opportunity, Drew and Coffee with Cannell community. One of the things that you have the advantage of if you're a small YouTuber, a new creator, is speed of implementation. And you might have kids, work, life, and you might have limited hours, but also you potentially have flexibility. This is actually kind of an interesting way to look at it. Yes, Think Media, we could do what we want. Like I could wake up and hustle and have speed of implementation a day. But on the flip side, we are actually so far ahead now because we're a 13-person team.
Yeah.
That we have videos we shot like a while ago and we're still shooting them. Meaning like a new thing, a new tech comes out, a new update happens on Photoshop, something new happens. And even just for like the health of our team culture, I'm not like, frick, stay up all night. Like, I mean, I want people to, they have to like clock out at like the right time and stuff. And like sometimes we push and we definitely have a hustle spirit and we work really freaking hard, but it's a little bit of a different season. I'm trying to encourage you, be scrappy when you're starting. And it reminds me of back when I started, when we were starting video influencers. And there was this app that came out called Meerkat.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like this live streaming app. And then it was announced that an app was coming out called Periscope, direct competitor. So everyone was jumping on Meerkat. I was a little bit late to Meerkat. I know we wanted to talk about Clubhouse. And then but I saw Periscope, and I remember at the time I was working at a church and I was really working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday was my day off. And then Saturday evening, I had to get ready for Sunday. So my day off was Friday and half a day Saturday. And Thursday night, I heard that Periscope was being announced, and boom, speed of implementation. Yeah. I was in a hard season, but I was like, dude, I'm going to freaking grind. I'm going to hustle. So I started to research everything that was out there. And you've heard us teach the versus strategy, Periscope versus Meerkat. And I researched everything that was out there. I hustled. This is my apartment in Irvine, California. And I made a video. I planned it out on Friday, shot it on Friday, edited it on Friday. I'm a solo creator. Like I was actually doing the channel with Benji, but I was at this point doing all of the editing, shooting, all the heavy lifting stuff. You get it. And so, and then I release it Saturday morning. And this video was 2015, 24,000 views. And here's a good point, dude. It's not Meerkat like doesn't even exist anymore. So nothing's ever going to be like necessarily, it might be, but it's not gonna be like evergreen forever. And eventually once you have authority on your channel, you may be able to rank for like Illustrator tutorial, like a 2-word title, like, and like maybe something that's like so holy grail that it just, but by making smart moves like this I believe boosted us. We were at like a couple hundred subscribers. It gained like over 1,000 subscribers from one video, jumped on the right topic at the right time, speed of implementation. I'm pulling screenshots. I'm breaking down details. This is another key. I didn't like rush it out, but I rushed it out. I was like, I saw the end from the beginning. I was like, I want to rank this video. I want to be the dominant video on this topic. And so the takeaway, Coffee with Cannell fam and Drew, is that there might be some times where you see the opportunity. You have the ability to, as soon as Illustrator releases something, go, I'm going to hustle on that. Because Satori is probably a little bit comfortable. He's also, it might not even be comfort. It's also just like, he's stable. So he's at a place where he's like, dude, I got so much passive views coming in. I mean, cool. Like I could jump on that video, but like, I don't necessarily need to. Here's my content calendar where, hear me, as YouTube channels grow and teams grow, they become like ocean liners. They can't turn as fast. When you're a small YouTuber, you're like a speedboat. You're just like, boom, I'm gonna jump on that. And that's the kind of scrappy mentality that you want to have when you really want to reach your YouTube goals early on and trigger growth.
Yeah. And I think that's funny you bring up the Meerkat, because I'm wondering what happens now with Clubhouse, because I think it's a little bit of a game changer. And I was in some rooms earlier where they were talking about trying to intertwine all of this stuff, but YouTube still being the bread and butter. And it's still weird. They're still working out the kinks. They just accepted Android. So now it's like every room's like 300, 400, 500 people. And so I'm wondering, I mean, I know if this isn't time for this, it's not time for this. I'm just wondering, like, what does that look like for YouTubers to take advantage of Clubhouse? Or is that not our thing? I mean, it's speaking. We should be comfortable speaking. So,
Yeah, let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Clubhouse. You know, number one, the good, I do think it's going to be big. Number two, I do think that it's a unique platform that is offering a lot of value, something new to the space. It is different than kind of anything else. Number three, when you can be an early adopter, there is the potential to meet people, grow an audience, make connections. Number four, again, if you move fast, you can. The good is you might be able to grow an audience, achieve whatever thing that you want to achieve. The bad is you have to ask yourself, what's the purpose of being on Clubhouse, and is it productive for me, or is it actually me kind of procrastinating, pretending I'm being productive?
Right.
And so a lot of people, you have the chance to get in these incredible rooms and listen to incredible people share incredible information. Question, do you need more information right now, or do you need more implementation? I see some people in rooms learning about YouTube when they should be making YouTube videos.
I agree.
Exactly. I see some people going from room to room, gathering random information where, listen, I believe that smart leaders, they do not allow their education to be random. They are intentional about their education. So before ever going on to Clubhouse, you should ask yourself this question, and really before you do anything, is this the best use of my time right now?
Right.
And if there's a reason to do it, if you say, I put a video out this week, I promoted it, I've taken care of my job, I just put my child down to sleep, my wife knows I love her, and now I'm doing my hobby time. But we'll do whatever you want with your hobby time. Like it might even be another, but if you've got a video to edit, you've got some work to do, you also have intentional structured learning, like maybe even Video Ranking Academy or something, that is going to get you from point A to point B to point C to point D. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this person's in Clubhouse. Cool. But it's still just random information. You're actually kind of putting your future up to randomness instead of intentionality.
Right.
Now,
and I thought, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say the other good is, here's an intentional thing. It reminds me of Heather, who grew as a communicator on Snapchat. Because before she started creating YouTubers, she wanted to grow her communication and her camera confidence. In this case, it would be your speaking confidence, by every day doing at least stories with a beginning, middle, and end on Snapchat. Is this the best use of my time? I want to grow in communication, in teaching. And so I'm going to start an intentional Clubhouse room. And I don't care if one person's in there or 7 or 300. I'm going to do that so as to force myself every Monday at 10 o'clock. Again, that's very intentional use from a speaking standpoint.
Right.
Furthermore, like, we're actually hiring at Think Media right now. And so we're going to be doing some clubs where we'll almost kind of be doing like public interviews of people. And that's but somebody else you also might be on there looking for a particular connection. You might be looking for a particular collab. It goes back to, that's the good. You can meet a lot of people. But then again, the bad is, I think, treating it to just being random. And the final worst bad, and I want to hear your feedback too, but the final worst bad is actually not even the Clubhouse problem. It's the distraction problem in general. Okay. I actually believe probably the number one enemy of every single creator and entrepreneur watching this is distraction, is doing too many things and splitting their energy and their focus into too many directions. You think Clubhouse is an issue. It was already that. Right now, I'm trying to work on my YouTube channel, but I feel pressured to also make TikToks. But Sean, TikTok is so powerful. Maybe it is, then do it. But I'm also trying to do TikToks. And I had a couple good weeks of that, but then I got so burnt out that I haven't actually been back on TikTok. And now I'm over on Clubhouse, sitting in rooms, listening to people. And then I just learned that there was a new update to Facebook Live. So now I'm trying to go live on Facebook and build my Facebook up. But meanwhile, I heard Reels are, awesome. So now I'm trying to make Reels. But what if I repurpose my TikTok to Reels and over to YouTube Shorts? Maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't, because your focus can end up in every direction. And Sean, I'm trying to create I think I have 2 ideas for online courses. So I'm trying to like brainstorm both. I've got 2 Google Docs. Dude, what the frick are you trying to do 2 online courses for? Get 1 done. Well, I kind of want to write like an ebook, but I'm also thinking about starting to put some of my music on Spotify. Dude, what the you got so many things going on. You got to focus, follow one course until successful. If you can figure out, and I'm not suggesting, sometimes you got to play in a couple things, see which thing is the real discipline is maybe you're playing in a couple things, you see some life and some impact and some breakthrough, and you have to be willing to shut things down and say, I'm going to go all in with blinders on so I can follow one course until successful. What does successful mean? In my opinion, it means momentum. It actually means profit. It means money's coming in. It means some scalability to it. It means some automation to it. Successful means that there's a level of automation, maybe because of ranked videos, maybe because of vid chops. You have an editor, maybe because of whatever, as opposed to it's kind of like juggling and you just are letting balls drop. And so I have to throw this one up and then it hits the ground. I throw this one up and hits the ground and I'm exhausted and I'm spread in 100 different directions, as opposed to I'm juggling and then I actually am able to make some money. So I'm able to outsource to VidChops to edit my videos. And now they're juggling. So someone else can actually keep the project in the air and keep it moving forward. Or I'm so good at leveraging the YouTube algorithm and I crack that code, understanding like Video Ranking Academy. So I got videos working for me so that I can be like, it's pretty dope. I got 1,000 real-time views, every 2 days. I'm going to reward myself and open up a new project. But too many people open up too many projects at once. If you try and chase 2 rabbits, you end up catching neither. Most creators, even watching this right now, are chasing 10 rabbits, wondering why they're so exhausted, burnt out. And then Clubhouse, shiny object, shows up and like, oh, dang, that's a good looking rabbit. And now we're following like, dude, you got so many unfinished videos on your hard drive. Get back to work and get off Clubhouse. I don't care what guru is sharing tips. Like, do you really need those?
Well, what happened is they went on there and they saw like Peter McKinnon is under 1,000 followers. And they go, oh, the plane is now level again. But it won't be. Go back and check it next week. He'll have 10K, 20K. I think the problem is you're in these rooms and there's very influential people and they're being real and they're being gritty and they're being honest. And I think it's amazing. However, they're just talking. And sometimes they're giving you fantastic information. I was in one that was like Instagram, how to Instagram and TikTok growth or whatever, just to see on lunch break. And it was just like, followers are people. I'm like, dude, I know. I got that. That's not like, I didn't need to waste 30 minutes to hear that. Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not shaming them what it is. It's just like I'm trying to figure out what is that going to be? Like, is it for conferences? Like, do we join? Like, what kind of stuff are they going to give away to make it worth it? Is what I'm trying to figure out what Clubhouse is about.
Clubhouse right now during a pandemic is answering a very real problem because we can't really do conferences and it is the conference networking party. Right. It's amazing. But here's a great story about that. So here's the thing that kind of summarizes what Clubhouse is. Clubhouse, in my opinion, is really good, but good is the enemy of the great. And just because something's good doesn't mean that it's good for you right now. So I completely agree. I've been in rooms with some of the most dynamic. I'm like, I can't believe these 2 people are even talking to each other. Right, exactly. And I get to be a fly on the wall. I then have to ask myself, though, like, I haven't gone running in the last week, which is for my health. So is it healthy that I'm able to stay in Clubhouse? One day I went running while listening to Clubhouse. Oh, yeah, I was hoping I wasn't invited to anything because I was just consuming. So you can multitask, you can do things. And we're not hating on Clubhouse.
No.
We're just talking about, like, again, is it right for you right now? And do you really need more information right now? Or do you need more implementation and more taking action? And it is so addictive because it's always there, especially if you have notifications coming on. You're like, oh, cool. They're really playing on the fear of missing out. But if you are allowing the fear of missing out to dictate your life, you are going to miss out on building the thing that you need to build, and you're going to delay your destiny. So you have to be really self-disciplined with it, in my opinion. But what's interesting is, yes, I do think there's nothing more powerful than going to our event, Growth Video Live, Vid Summit, VidCon, Video Marketing World, these types of events, and being in a lobby and being in the serendipity of getting to talk to someone, connect with somebody, those moments are magic, and Clubhouse creates those moments. And so I encourage people that, especially eventually we'll get back to live events and we'll see what that does to Clubhouse. But I think that Clubhouse is still going to take a life of its own. However, I remember once when I was hanging out with somebody at this event called ClamorCon in Palm Springs, and we were talking about South by Southwest, and we were talking about, it was about, I mean, South by Southwest is now like 5 days, 10 days. It could be like 15. Some people go out, and we were talking about it, and they said, have you ever been there? And I was like, nah, I've never been there. And at this point too, I was going to like a lot of events a year. I'm going to CES, NAB, Video Marketing. And they're like, you should go sometime. But I'll never forget this friend entrepreneur that I had. He goes, or maybe you shouldn't go. He goes, because at the end of the day, you got to execute in your business, man. You got to build. And he's like, you meet a lot of people, but do you need to meet more people?
Right.
And he's like, and you're a part of a lot of things, but like, do you even need to be a part of more things? You got to know what season you're in, and you got to make the best decision for the season you're in right now. And most people should shut the door, shut down Clubhouse, shut off, the Queen's Gambit, or shut off Game of Thrones, and sit down and get to freaking work. Alternatively, if you're like, I think I need to expand my network, I need to meet people, I'm in a learning season, I've been working so hard, I should go relax a little bit. I've been working so hard, I want to do whatever I want to do with my time. I think the message we're getting across here. You, of course, all those events are good, but good is the enemy of the great. And a lot of us can lose so much of our time to just a bunch of little good things that we never actually create something significant. And the biggest thing there, I think, is the big mo, as John Maxwell says, momentum. Momentum is very hard to start. It can be hard to keep going, but there's nothing more powerful than momentum. Think Media gets 6,000 real-time views every 60 minutes, about 250,000 views every 2 days. Really, whether we upload new videos or not, I would argue, obviously you don't have to hit that level, but let me call not you out, Drew. Let me call out Coffee with Cannell and say, until you have that going for you, then what the heck are you doing letting your focus be delayed? Dude, I can do whatever the frick I want. And I'm going to still have money coming in, my family taken care of, my team taken care of. Furthermore, I have a team. It took me years of focus to build that. So it might be right for me to be on Clubhouse. You have to ask, is it right for you to be on Clubhouse? Yeah. That's all I'm saying. That's the framework. Is this the best use of my time? So you don't need 6,000 views every 60 minutes. But until you got some real-time views, I saw Ben from Authentic here. Ben has been a full-time YouTuber for 5 years. He's got videos that he made 6 months ago, earning money for him today. That is focus. Follow one course until successful. Successful is momentum, income, automation, those types of things. When those things are happening, by all means, use your time how you want. But time is the most valuable thing we have. We can't get it back. You want to use it smart, invest it smart, and invest your time today in something that will give you leverage tomorrow. And one of the things that's a problem with Clubhouse as well, my friend Drew, the ugly side, is the fact that it's ephemeral. It disappears. Yeah. That's also what makes it cool. So it's also a good, but YouTube is the only platform where your content truly lives forever because it's owned by Google. So when you invest in YouTube, you invest in the future. When you invest in Clubhouse, maybe you'll meet a relationship. Maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll get an unlock, but that also sounds like you're leaving your future up to chance. And so you're kind of rolling the dice. It's sort of like gambling, or it might just be dopamine addiction that's happening as we're just hoping some FOMO moment happens. Who knows? That's why I like betting on and banking on making your next smart video strategically, because then you can spend as much time on Clubhouse as you want. You can go snowboarding, hang out with your friends, go to South by Southwest for 10 days. What is it worth to you to build a business that has created so much automation in lifestyle and income that you actually have truly reached autonomy, financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom? And it's very hard to build that, but the way to build that is to invest today in what is the best use of my time. So Drew, what do you think? Those are a few thoughts on Clubhouse.
Yeah, no, wow, you went off. I got it. No, that's great. I wanted to know your thoughts. Like when I saw the live come up, I was like, I'm gonna ask him about Clubhouse because I feel like unless you had some baller connections or you're already somebody, I don't know how you're gonna grow. I mean, you can get called up, and I've been in that little section where it says like, people that follow or like, yeah, people that the speakers follow, that little mid section, and then people click on and follow or whatever. But like, unless you're kind of already in the know, I feel like a lot of people are going to go there trying to grow stats like Instagram or something, and it's just not the same. And we'll have to see. We don't really know what the algorithm looks like or the SEO quite yet. So it's just interesting, like you said, to see how it grows. But I think for me, it's been a little bit of a distraction. So I'm glad that you talked about that, because if you were to have said to me, like, here are the top 5 ones that we're going to schedule, and these might be beneficial for someone that can't do video, but they can listen on their bike or in the car, sweet, let me know. I'll set it up and listen to that. But if you just have like 7 invites to like these rooms that are just talking about like my life the first 2 years as freelancer.
Sure. 100%. And,
Yeah.
Some final thoughts is, I think there is the power of, it's like talk radio. If you're driving, I've been listening to some stuff while I'm driving, and sometimes I might get put up as a moderator or something, and I'm like, shoot, my connection's not very good. But you're going to consume either music or talk radio or Sirius or whatever. Well, it's just putting it in the right context. That's an opportunity. To your point, Drew, we are starting this Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 11 to 12. We're putting a blocker on it, and we're doing a Friday show every single Friday. Heather Torres or me or both, and Tony and other guests and our YouTube friends are going to be on Clubhouse. So we're using it, and I think that's some good guardrails. We're going to be using it as far as maybe there'll be some random stuff, but our pillar time is Fridays, 11 to 12. And we're going to start building up a meetup and build up a room and be there. And kind of the way we run any of our content, it'll be focused, it'll be structured, it'll be like Coffee with Cannell. We'll have Q&A. We're actually going to start off by sharing like a 5 to 10 minute tip. And that's something that people can really anchor on and build up momentum around that. So that provides value, and it'll provide value for all kinds of people to maybe come in the room. And, if you're in there, we could add Q&A, you're on stage, it brings awareness to what you're doing. Of course, there's that thing. And knowing that goes back to what Heather Torres teaches all the time too, about like priorities and scheduling. And that's the danger of Clubhouse, is it's the Wild West. It's like,
it's all over. Yeah.
It's like, I wanted to do the scheduled thing, but what the heck? I mean, like celebrities are on there. Know what I mean? Like crazy. You're like, what? Like Snoop Dogg is talking to Grant Cardone. You know what I mean? You're just like, what the heck is going on? And sometimes that maybe calls you in. And look, I mean, we might seem regimented in our approach, which I think is needed. It's called discipline, and it does lead to results when you stay focused. On the flip side, I mean, whatever. Like, I think there's a lot of things we could give our time to. And if you're giving your time to learning and to connecting and to exploring, I am actually encouraging people that I do think Clubhouse is something you should pay attention to.
Yeah.
But I think don't lose sight of your priorities, and multiple times a day, ask this power question about everything you do. Is this the best use of my time right now? And when that next video and that research you need to do on a YouTube video and something you should put out, or that new YouTube short you should put out, if that's actually the best use of your time, my mom used to tell, there's something about that ancient wisdom. My mom's like pissed. She's like, I'm not ancient. But my mom used to say this all the time, and I will never forget it. She told me, Sean, do the hard thing first.
Right.
Do the hard thing first. And Heather was asking about my parenting style, because I'm a 4-month-old now. And she said, what are you going to do with video games? I said, I'm not sure yet. But she said, did you have limitations on the video games you played growing up? I said, no, my parents didn't give me any limitations on video games.
Wow.
They just said, do the hard thing first. And if you've done your chores, and we lived on 6 acres. So I not only had a push lawnmower for our front yard, I had a riding lawnmower for our bigger field. And I, no joke, had a tractor with a mower deck for the acreage. Wow. After I mowed the grass and did my homework. Yeah, you could do whatever you want with the rest of your free time, Sean. Are you doing the hard thing first? Are you focusing on the thing that matters most? And I think that even builds more confidence. It has us so we didn't wake up feeling like, dude, I just wasted yesterday. I mean, like I learned some stuff, but honestly, like I'm not proud because I didn't really actually accomplish anything.
Yeah.
I didn't ship anything. I didn't put anything out there. I really just consumed. And that's a good benchmark too with Clubhouse and any content creators in general. Can I call the content creators out? If you are a content creator, you need to be creating content, not consuming content only. And if you're consuming more than you create, it's probably a good barometer, a good measuring stick of you're not spending your time wisely. Should you be consuming content? Of course, because you want to learn, you want to level up, but it's not either or, it's both and. And I want to challenge you to create more than you consume. If you've created, thank you, Mom. If you've done the hard thing first, now, dude, I want to chill on Clubhouse. It's super fun. I'm hanging with people. We're doing meetups. Do whatever the heck you want with your time.
Yeah.
But do the hard thing first. Create first, consume second. Get your work out of the way. Get projects done and close the 48 open loops that you have and get one thing in the mail. Get one ebook on Amazon. Get one digital product actually created and for sale. Get one YouTube channel that's at least uploading a video per week. Get one YouTube channel that not only is doing a video per week, but a live stream per week. Get one thing that's systematized, automated, momentum, and then add on and simplify before you complexify. And that's potentially the trouble with Clubhouse, is it adds a whole nother thing that could steal our time.
Yeah, but you're right. I think it's definitely valuable. It's going to be powerful, and it can be productive. I've had some productive conversations, but yeah, good in the bad and the ugly, just like you said.
Well, let's land the plane, Drew. With that, I'm inviting everybody to join us at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Clubhouse every Friday. No joke. You can follow me at Sean Cannell. You can see the name right there. And I am on Clubhouse. That will be a very focused hour, and we will be sharing very practical tips that can help you. But I actually will tell you right now, if you go, you know what, Sean, I am actually a little bit on information overload, and I need to get into execution mode, then do that.
Yeah.
We'll be there for you. We'll be there every Friday at 11. We're paying attention to it. And you got to ask yourself, as we land the plane, Drew, is this the best use of my time this week? Is this the best use of my time today? Maybe skip one. Maybe take a month off from Clubhouse. It'll be there when you get back. It's a hard decision as an entrepreneur and as a creative person who always wants to do a million things and launch a million projects. Right. But I'm telling you, friends, slow and steady wins the race. Never, ever rush. It's true, Regan Films. Hey, Drew, I appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Hey, Coffee with Cannell crew. I hope you enjoyed that session. We're going to chop that out into some kind of a cohesive list, and I'll put my Clubhouse thoughts out on Think Media too, because that was a fun conversation. Marcus, Roberta Blake calls Clubhouse a time suck. He's right. He's not wrong. And I'm not saying Clubhouse is bad. I hope you heard us. But it can be. Of course, anything could be. Video games could be a time suck, or you have a gaming channel and it could be the way you're building your business. Matt says, eat that frog. Ooh, that's a great book. Brian Tracy, y'all. Eat that frog. Eat the frog in the morning, first thing, which is getting the hard thing out of the way. Because you don't want to eat a frog, but once you do, you feel proud of it. Brian Tracy, what the heck were you talking about, man? The analogy kind of breaks down for me, but it is a powerful, powerful book and principle. Gene, I'm currently listening to Start by John Acuff. Love John, love Start. Gene, John's coming on the Think Marketing podcast. He's got a new book coming out called Soundtracks about overthinking, another plague of the entrepreneur mind. And excited for having John on the Think Marketing podcast. If you aren't subscribed here on YouTube, click subscribe, Think Marketing. If you are a user of Spotify, Google Play, Apple, we also have the audio podcast every Tuesday there for you. I will invite you that if there's one thing you should do on Clubhouse, it's be on our show. That is on Fridays at 11 a.m. Excited. If you've never been there, I don't know if it's fully open yet. Another great recommendation from Jesse. Good to see you, Jesse. Do the Work by Stephen Pressfield. Not only is that a great book, that's a great book to read anytime the resistance is rearing its ugly face. Anytime you're like, I don't really want to film today. You know what? I'm just like in a rut. I haven't uploaded in like a month. I'm going to take another week off. Anytime you feel that, come on, we've all felt that. You got to read Do the Work by Stephen Pressfield. It's short. It'll light your fires and kick your tires. If you need to dip your dog and flip your flop, then that is the one to jump into. We also, this week, in fact, I'd encourage you next, if you want to check out some more practical content that can help you grow, listen to the last upload on the Think Marketing podcast. We interviewed the author of Hook Points, Brendan Kane, and super great book. And if you want to get like a lot of value just for free, listen to the 30-minute conversation that we had with Brendan on the Think Marketing podcast. My name is Sean Cannell. This is the Coffee with Cannell show. Thanks for hanging out with me. First Coffee with Cannell of 2021. It's a new year full of new opportunities and new possibilities. We got to get focused. There's so much vitriol. There's so much controversy. There's so much division. There's just so much stuff going on. Everybody is vying for your attention. Here's the bottom line, man. CNN wants your attention. That's how they make money. Fox News wants your attention. NBC wants your attention. Guess what? Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, they want your attention. The PlayStation Network and the Xbox Network wants your attention. Clubhouse wants you spending time on Clubhouse. It is up to you to figure out how you're going to manage your time and your focus. And I'll leave you with a quote from Dave Ramsey that says, "Live today like no one else, so later in life you can live like no one else." There's something about managing your focus with intense discipline today so you can do whatever you want tomorrow. My friend Peter Voog said, entrepreneurship is living just a few years of your life like no one else is willing to, so that you can live the rest of your life like a kid and doing whatever you want. And he travels the world with his friend Santana, with his son Santana and his wife. He's got passive income from rental properties. He's got a business that is extremely lean and mean and strategic. You had to do the work to get to that place. Think media, multiple seven-figure company, a lot of automation that gives me the time to do what I want, when I want, whenever I want. Listen, if I want to hang out on Clubhouse, I get to. Guess what? You get to too, but you could be delaying your dreams and your destiny because it's not the best use of your time right now. Live today like no one else. Live today like 99% of content creators and creative entrepreneurs are not willing to because they're so distracted and their focus is so divided. Be willing to have uncommon discipline so that you can reach uncommon dreams. This has been Coffee with Cannell. My name is Sean Cannell. Hit the like button if you got value today. I appreciate you so much, and I'm excited to see you in a future episode. We'll talk soon.